donut shop right now. I glaze donuts, which is not a euphemism. That's really what I do. In Hollywood, you just never know. Can anybody guess my favorite part of my job? Setting grease fires. I set a lot of grease fires. Sort of what I'm known for around the office. Get it? Because it's not an office. She likes that. No, my least favorite part of the job is filling the donuts. Feels like I can't ask for consent. It's sort of a sticky situation. I'm sure you understand. Working in the service industry right now is pretty rock and roll. They can't fire you. Labor shortage. So you can really just act. However, I've been acting out a lot at work. Somebody was mad at me this week that her breakfast burrito was taking too long, and I told her life's hard, get a helmet. And then I smoked a joint in the kitchen. They really can't fire me. That goes both ways, though. Working in the service industry over the pandemic has been really difficult. Somebody was stabbed in my donut shop. Crazy. We asked him if he wanted us to call 911. He said no, but I'll take a donut. Life in America. We told our HR representative that somebody had gotten stabbed in the shop, and she said that's just going to happen sometimes. And if you don't like it, you can leave. So 8 people plus my manager left. I am the only one that works there right now. Sort of why I'm trying to burn it down. I've had a lot of stupid jobs. I've been fired from a lot of stupid jobs. I was a concierge at a dog hotel for a while. I know. My boss there once asked me if I had a traumatic brain injury because I didn't know how to scoop dog shit the right way. You're supposed to go with the grain of the grass, not against the grain of the grass. Clap if you knew that already. I think he made it up. I got fired for flipping off the dogs too often. There were security cameras and parents complained. I still think it's pretty funny. I got fired after being a receptionist after a single month because I couldn't remember to keep the correct types of milk in the fridge for coffee. And also I watched an ISIS recruiting video on my work computer. And they were deeply uncool about that. I just wanted to see if they could get me, you know? I like to keep an open mind. Seems like they could use a blonde. No. It's so funny. I don't really like 9 to 5s. I'm not very detail oriented, and I shouldn't have to be. That's ableist. I'm stupid. You know? Silly. I'm really happy with my life right now. I love what I'm doing. I'm recently cancer free. Very excited. I just broke up. He was a cancer in my life. And also astrologically, kind of a bad guy. My ex-boyfriend was very abusive, pinned me against a wall one time. But the worst thing he ever did was make me watch Passion of the Christ twice in a row because I wasn't paying enough attention the first time. Bad guy. I tend to date a type of person. It's the kind of person who, anytime you tell them something interesting, will pause and go, did I tell you that? The women always know who I mean, and the men are like, that doesn't happen. No, and I tend to be a type of person, and it's the kind of person who will self-describe as being like a golden retriever. Have we seen this? Very popular on dating apps, It's somebody who thinks of themselves as very friendly, very loyal. It means that they plan on being dead in 12 years, and that's sort of nice in its own way, isn't it? No, it's silly. I've been thinking a lot about the differences between men and women recently, like specifically around breakups, right? Like after a really bad breakup, women will get bangs, and men will buy a gun, and I think that's beautiful. The men who don't laugh at that own a gun. Look around. They're next. No. I love dating. I love dating. I'm beautiful and easy to be around. You guys know that now. I'm trying to be very picky this time around. I'll ghost anybody for any reason, right? Like after 2 dates, I ghosted this guy because he wouldn't stop using this emoji. It's like the little monkey. It's like, are you a pedophile? That's crazy. Why would you ever send that to anybody? She knows what I'm talking about. Do you? I don't even nuts. No. I date women too, but I talk about it less because it's better. But I went on a date with a girl recently, and it was going really well. And we went back to her car, and she drove a neon blue Hummer. Deal breaker. I asked her if she won it in a contest, and she did not think that was very funny. Nobody's ever said this on stage before, but dating in LA is crazy. It's wild. This guy watches a lot of comedy. No, it's wild. I went on a date last week where a man asked me if I had ever heard of New Zealand. And I was like, no, what kind of music do they make? That's a joke for the writers in the room. No, I matched with a girl on Raya. This is not a joke. This is brand new. Matched with a girl on Raya 5 months ago. Today she posted a picture of her newborn baby. I know! That's insane. I don't have a punchline for it, but I had to tell you guys. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. My dating style is honestly a lot like American foreign policy. And that I like to get in somewhere, destabilize the entire region, and then use that as an excuse to stay for longer. This table is so caught up in Afghanistan. Oh my god, foreign policy makers? Oh wow. Thank you for getting that. That's my 2001 material. I wasn't old enough to say something then, but I am now, and I can take a stand. We've had a hard few years here in this country. I've had a hard few years personally. I had a year recently where my grandpa died, and then my friend died, and then my dad died. And I was like, guys, is it me? You could have sent an email. You didn't all need to leave the party at once. I was really not handling it that well. I was really acting out right. I was doing things like drinking too much and fighting with teenagers online. Not healthy. I got blocked on Twitter by the winner of MasterChef Junior. Not proud. I told him to eat my shit and die. I was in a bad place. His mom sent me an email. I don't drink anymore. I didn't really have a problem with alcohol, I don't think, but I'm already vegan and I love to talk down to people. So I had to kick it up one more and get sober. I do think America, though, has a problem with alcohol, like binge drinking in particular. And absolutely, it's crazy. For instance, something I think about a lot is when I was in high school, I knew a girl who anytime she was mad at somebody, she would wait until they were at a party together, get blackout drunk, and then throw up in that girl's purse. Smartest girl I ever met in my life. Smartest girl I ever met in my life. She is dead now. I still tell the story. Oh, ma'am, I'm just kidding. She's a real estate agent. What's the difference, right? What is the difference? I killed you. The revolution is coming for them. We'll get them. Don't worry. I think I for real had a problem with weed. I was smoking way too much weed. And I knew that I had a problem with weed because I was using it to cope with my negative emotions. And also, I've seen Dave Matthews Band live 6 times. 4 times too many for an adult. There are 2 types of people that go to Dave Matthews Band concerts. Teenagers and adults that want to kiss teenagers. I'm not a teenager, I had to switch it up. I got into fish instead. I'm just kidding, fish sucks. I shouldn't have said that. But no. I think for real what I was looking for in smoking so much weed was I was trying to find like a release for my responsibilities, right? For instance, I just learned that 2 days after she killed her daughter, Casey Anthony entered a wet t-shirt contest. And I just want to feel that free from my responsibilities. That is so rock and roll. Oh, she's technically innocent. We can all laugh. No, you don't think so? No. She did it. She did it for sure. Actually, you guys hated that, but I do have one more joke about it. It's just hang tight. I learned recently, and this is true, Casey Anthony was briefly in talks with Netflix to have a mini-series about her story. Insanity. But sort of the American dream, right? To have a kid, kill it, and then monetize it? If abortion isn't legal, something should be. I always say that. can't leave you on that. I'm in therapy, obviously, but my therapist isn't very good, but she's a lot of fun. I told my therapist recently that I maxed out my credit card, and she told me to just open up a new one. And she's right. Get help, ma'am. My therapist has the word whatever tattooed on her forearm. I asked her what it meant one time, and she told me not to worry about it. I have only been worried about it since. I'm a big therapy person. I'm working right now. I'm working on, like de-weaponizing the language I use to describe my own mistakes so that they become less powerful in my memory. So now every time I hook up with somebody I regret, I call it satire. And instead of like a bad decision, it becomes political commentary. And you can Venmo me after the show. Thank you so much, Ellory.